Session on high hard aluminum for injection molds, the French connection. We have Mr. Sriraj PV, managing business development, Multiple Special Steel Private Limited, joining us.
Uh, Hope you enjoyed a fantastic time yesterday. Lots of technical session, lots of knowledge has been shared. So today I am here to talk about high strength aluminum and its application in injection molding. So most of the dignitaries from aerospace industries, I don't think they need an introduction about Constellium. So this is a French mill, and they are the world leader for manufacturing aluminum alloys. I will be passing my slides little faster because my friend, I am sharing my time with my friend who has to talk about his software for MSMEs. So let us start. During my discussion with Constellium's business development director, Ms. Susan Tan, I just had a discussion like, Susan, what is the speciality that Constellium have? She replied, Sriraj, general aluminum alloys like 6061 or 6082 or 7075 that anybody can manufacture. Constellium, the speciality of Constellium is like they develop new alloys from the standard alloys. Depending upon the application, meeting the high demands, they manufacture special alloys for different applications. Let's have a look at what are the product portfolio and how we can utilize. This is the content. So, as I told, they are one of the leading manufacturer of high value added aluminum products and solutions. These are the core markets: aerospace, specialties, automotive, and packaging. They have a very vast global network and the only company with 2 leading aerospace facilities in North America and Europe. So they have a strategically located best-in-class manufacturing products for packaging and automotive applications. So when it comes to automotive, they have car body enclosures, body in white, crash management systems, battery enclosures, chassis and mechanical parts, decorative parts and equipments, heat exchangers, structural components. Of course, for aerospace, wings, fuselage, engine, including the gearbox, landing gear. And Constellium is having a huge share in the packaging industries. They have beverage and food cans, foil stock, closures, aerosols, and cosmetics. Yep. The customer list speaks about how Constellium is equipped with the products: Mercedes, Ford, BMW. So in aerospace, in 2022, NASA's Orion SLS rocket traveled beyond the moon and back, utilizing Constellium's airware aluminum lithium alloy solutions. So for Ford F-150 Lightning, Constellium provides the structural components, and Constellium are working close with the beverage can makers and tool manufacturers to design a high recycled content alloy for can lids. So this is the Constellium Technology Center overview. So I'll just skip these slides. So coming to the major point, why we have to use aluminum. Yesterday, many of our dignitaries has talked regarding the lighter alloys, lighter structural parts, and moving towards the carbon emissions as well. So let's look into the advantages of aluminum, especially for mold making industry. So we talk about machining, thermal conductivity, and density. Compared to, actually, we are putting high strength aluminum, replacing pre-hardened steel insert in injection molding. So the machining time, since it is a softer material, I should say it is 3 to 5 times faster than the usual pre-hardened steel alloys. And during the last ITS we had in Delhi, I had a conversation with Mr. Sanjeev G of Shapers, and he was so enthusiastic to share his feedback regarding the manufacturing of aluminium molds for bumper molds, and he so happily he shared that he finished a bumper tool in 14 days. So usually when we talk regarding the mold manufacturing time, we usually talk in weeks. So when it comes to an aluminium mold, we will talk only in days regarding the tool manufacturing lead time. And of course, for the thermal conductivity, it is 3 to 6 times higher than the regular pre-hardened steel. Density, it's 1/3 of tool steel. So, of course, there is an optimal hardness, strength, and stiffness. If we can modify our design and our habit adjustments, the outcome is huge in terms of cost and time savings. So let us have a look into the individual points. So regarding the manufacturing of molds, as I told, aluminium, which will be having 3 to 5 times the higher machining speed compared to tool steel. And since it is, I should modify my words, it is not thermal conductive, it is conductive. So both electrically and thermally. So the EDM speed can be increased up to 5 times compared to the tool steel. Polishing time is 1/4 of tool steel. Deeper milling conditions are possible. Reduced adjustment time since it is a lighter alloy. So of course, whenever the tool room manager is think about the manufacturing the cost of tool mold, the major factor is like milling cutters or milling tools life. We can increase our milling cutters or milling inserts life minimum 3 times when we manufacture aluminum molds, right? This is a typical comparison machining index where we stand the aluminum alloys. Coming to the thermal conductivity part, we can reduce the cycle time. Believe me, we can reduce the cycle time by 30 to 50% of current running in tool steel. And the thermal conductivity is very similar to the copper alloys. You can see the right hand side and left first and last bar is of copper alloys and where the aluminum stands. So shorter cooling time. What is shorter cooling time? We were able to manufacture 100 components in an hour. With aluminum alloys, we can manufacture minimum 130 to 150 parts per hour. So we are saving a huge time on the injection molding machine. Time is money. So this is a brief about the thermal distribution. I will go into the next slide where we'll have a better visualization. Yeah, this is a component after 35 seconds of cooling. The left-hand side shows the steel mold and the right-hand side shows the alu mold 500. After 35 seconds in tool steel, the part will be having cold spot as well as the hot spot where the warpages will be high. In alu mold, the temperature distribution is more or less uniform thanks to the high thermal conductivity. This is a typical example of thermal application. This is a wall housing in PE with a wall thickness of 30 mm. You can see the cycle time on the left-hand side with the aluminum series is 6 minutes, whereas 20 mm wall thickness, this is a 30 mm in aluminum alloy. In 20 mm wall thickness in steel, it has taken 15 minutes. It's more than 50%. And the ovalization is reduced from 2 mm to 0.4 mm. This is a cavity pressure having 1,300 bars and the maximum pressure of 1,600 bars. Also, I forgot to mention the temperature distribution during demolding. You can see the part temperature distribution. This is of a tool steel mold where we have cold spot as well as the hot spot. When it comes to an aluminum mold, the temperature distribution is more or less uniform. Yeah, let us look into the alu mold portfolio, what we have. So we have, starting from, I will start from Alcast. This is particularly for prototypes. So we have Alu Mold 150 for thermoforming and high temperature applications. We have Alu Mold 350 for elastomer molding, high temperature applications. Alu Mold 400, especially for blow molding and thermoforming. Alu Mold 500, automotive and consumer electronics. Alu Mold 600 is especially for backplates. This is the typical mechanical properties comparison. Alu Mold 500, it is placed in a very strategically placed so that it will meet all the demanding applications of injection molding. This is the dimensional ability of availability of our Alu Mold series. Aluminium or Alu Mold 1.500 is available up to a thickness of 700 mm and limiting the other alloys up to 300 depending upon their applications. Yeah. As I told, Ms. Susan Tan has specifically spoken to me regarding the 7 series alloy. Alu Mold 1.500 is developed from 7075 itself. But the major disadvantage of 7075, when we go to the deeper machining conditions, or when we increase the thickness and when we do more pocketing, the mechanical properties reduce drastically. The black line indicates for traditional 7075, whereas the blue line indicates for Alu Mold 1.500, where the mechanical properties doesn't change much when it comes to increasing the thickness. So throughout the material properties homogeneity is fantastic. Yeah, this is a typical example of that. So standard 7075, it is dropping, whereas Alu Mold 500 is stable throughout. The same. So this is considering the plate of 160 mm thickness. In 7075, the mechanical properties are reducing when it comes to the core of the block. But for Alu Mold 500, the mechanical properties stay uniform. Alu Mold 350, we put forward for high temperature applications, especially for rubber molding, where we can go up to a temperature of 180 to 200 degrees Celsius for the molds. Yeah, this is the portfolio for injection molding as well as the rubber mold. This is a typical selection of Alu Mold series based on the polymer and the number of closures you need. Let's say it starts from less than 5,000 parts to more than 5 lakh shots. Gentlemen, we are not talking about prototypes. It's regular production injection molding molds, right? For PP, PE, PET, and ABS, we can go more than 5 lakh shots with a combination of Alu Mold 500 plus steel. For PC, PA, and POM, we can have Alu Mold 500 with surface treatment plus steel to go above 5 lakh shots. These are the typical applications of Alu Mold 1.500, especially for thermoforming. Alu Mold 350 for rubber molding, high temperature applications. Alu Mold 500 for the most demanding applications, injection molding. On the right hand side, you can see it's a door pocket of Renault made in Alu Mold 1.500 with steel inserts. And whenever we talk about aluminium, what are all the applications or more case studies the Indian OEMs need? So let's look into the few applications. Motorcycle footboard, PP plus 10% glass fill. Engine cover, 50,000 parts with PA6 plus 30% glass fill. Lighting base, 50,000 parts, PP plus 30% glass fill. BMW 3 Series car bumper, 10,000 parts. Outside mirror ABS, 50,000 parts. Microwave steamer, PP, 3 lakhs parts. Refrigerator tray, that's also in PP, 5 lakhs parts. Regarding the polishing point, the polishing procedure is 1/4 the time which will take in aluminum compared to steel. So the same mirror finishing we can achieve in tool, whatever we can achieve in tool steel, it can be replicated to aluminum as well. So similar to the hybrid applications, or currently we are using beryllium copper. So if you can make a pocket in the core and replace it with Alumol 500, this is the result. With the usual steel core, customer is able to take 98 parts per hour. Replacing it with Alumol 500, they have increased to 142 parts per hour. Of course, for blow molding, aluminum is extensively used. Let's have a few other examples. Antenna in PP, 2 lakhs parts. Suitcase in hips, 40,000 parts. Ice scraper in hips, 5 lakhs parts. So we have covered almost all polishing, design capabilities, capability to withstand the injection pressure. What next? What about the texturing? Let's look into the texturing parts. So whatever the replication of texturing in tool steel, the same we can replicate it in aluminum as well in a much easier way. This is a typical example of chemical etching and laser etching. So of course it can be validated depending upon the applications, but any kind of texturing, any kind of polishability, aluminum is feasible to do that. So the last part, the simulation. We have been using a lot of simulation softwares. So Constellium database is equipped with all the major software simulation, especially Moldx 3D, Moldflow, and SigmaSoft. The conclusion, what we have. So yesterday, many of our dignitaries were discussing regarding the capabilities of Indian tool room and competing with European tool rooms, right? So when my discussion with the business development director, she actually told, Sriraj, India is behind around 15 to 20 years regarding the application of aluminum in injection molding. So my request will be, if Europe can take the advantage of aluminum in injection molding, why can't India? So the next decade, many of our dignitaries has pointed out that next decade is for India. So I hope many of our tool rooms can utilize the advantages of aluminum in a very better way, and we will be able to manufacture the molds in a very cost-effective and with a very short lead time. Thank you. By this, I invite my friend Mr. Vinod to have a presentation on his software. It's basically for the MSMEs.
So good morning, everybody. So yesterday, all the dignitaries were talking about the opportunities India has, India becoming the manufacturing hub of the world. Also, we discussed about the certain challenges, the time, lead time, cost, traceability. So a lot of things which we need to work out. So this is where we would like to introduce one of our product here. Sachin from Google yesterday, he was talking about the digitalization part. So we have a product which is already ready with the digitalization, which can be used by all MSMEs. So quickly getting into the point, I'm short of time. So Lidex India Private Limited, we are the company who is introducing this product. We are bringing the global operations management, operation technology, IT, combined together. We are bringing those capabilities to the local execution level. That's what we are doing. So I'm with some 27 years of manufacturing operation experience, running through the different SAP implementations globally in Europe, Americas. So 15 years I was on the operation side. So combining all this experience, and we are also supported by many experts from the industry who are having like 30, 40 years of experience. So we all put our hands together to bring something back to the Indian manufacturing industry. So that is India. So it is an end-to-end digital supply chain ecosystem for the tooling and component manufacturing industry, connecting OEMs, manufacturers, material suppliers, service providers onto a SaaS platform. This is what we are doing. It is going to give you a marketplace to find out new opportunities, RFQ, running RFQs, product costing, quotations, then picking the right supplier. Built-in ERP for operations management with lean and standardized process for tool manufacturing and component. We have 100% fully focused on the tooling and component manufacturing industry. Basically, I'm an NDTF tool maker. So we take care of the material planning, order scheduling, purchase, inventory, shop floor management, quality, delivery, accounting. It's a reliable and real-time visibility throughout the supply chain you will get because it's a digital supply chain. Traceability on product, process, and materials, because these are all the asks from the OEMs in today's world. So unless and we upgrade ourselves into the digital world, we will not be able to satisfy the OEM requirements. Project management, starting from the inquiry until you deliver the product, complete project management is available on the platform. Actual cost, profit analysis on tools and production. It's not just tools, even going to the extent of production with the tool lifecycle management. You're starting from the design until you scrap the tool, everything is captured here. Definitely secured and access control based on job functions. This is a quick ecosystem image. So on the left side, what you see, this is this whole part. That is the India SaaS platform. Then we have a supply chain data exchange layer, wherein we can exchange data between the OEMs and our SaaS platform. So through the supply chain data exchange layer, we connect to OEMs, Tier 1s, auto, defense, industrial, and auto DX. Auto DX is another platform which is run by ACMA and SIAM. So we will be connecting our platform also to them. That's what we are exploring. So what we want to do, we want to empower the Indian MSME with technology, productivity, and opportunity. So this is a quick overview about the whole process. I'm not going into the details, but what you can see, starting from the customers, request for quotation, every activity from the customers are logged in. Customers are like OEMs. Then getting into the planning MRP, so all your manufacturing operations are handled in this process. Then you can also integrate the suppliers. Your suppliers also into it, whether it is for subcontracting or maybe machining activities or procurement of the raw materials. So this is a quick idea about the India ERP. So we have human resource budget report, nothing but finance, quality management, tool and equipment management, demand to build. Demand to build means once you get the order, until execution, what is that? How you are going to handle it. Then procure to pay, anything which you are procuring from outside until you make the payment. Order to cash is once you get the order until you receive the cash from the customers. Concept to market is nothing but the NPD, new product introduction or new product department or whatever we call. Lead to quote, it's inquiry management. RFQs are received from the customers, OEMs, and then you can do the quotation in the platform. And the collaboration is an important thing. This is something like Microsoft Teams, wherein internally all your activities are going to be tracked through this. Tracked through this chat channels, incident, RCAs, alerts, tasks. So everything is documented. So that is what the new world wants. So you have everything here. Okay, so this is what we are committing, globally acclaimed practices and systems. That's what we are bringing to India. That's where what we are doing, the standardizing the process, digitalizing the end-to-end supply chain, 100% traceability on your product, materials, process, live KPIs, you get to know what's the actual situation or real-time information on your shop floor. Ecosystem, that's I already discussed about the ecosystem, collaboration with entire supply chain. So top to bottom, everyone is connected. Then we are not going to run away after this, after giving you this solution. We are going to handhold you through the process until the companies are on this platform, until the operations excellence is achieved by every company on this platform. So as I said, this is an ecosystem, and this is what we are committing to ourselves as KPIs. We want to improve utilization by 20%. That's what we will ensure for every company who are coming on board. We will increase the productivity by 20%. We will reduce the quality complaints by 25%. Delivery, we will increase by 10%. Lead time, we will reduce by 30%. Revenue, we will definitely increase by 15%. Cost reduction, 10% reduction. Traceability, 100%, and project management, 100%. So what next? Cost. Don't worry about the cost, because cost is not the criteria here, because we started this as a philanthropy. We want to put our hands together, enable the Indian manufacturing community to the next level, elevate the Indian manufacturing community to the next level. So whoever wants to attempt, let's discuss. So progressing with a couple of OEMs to make the platform as their accepted platform for managing all the suppliers. And we are also having discussion with Tamil Nadu Industry Ministry, where they are kind of committing that they can subsidize when the company implement this platform. So platform is already proved in 2 companies in Bangalore. MacPro is a very good example. They are the first pioneers here. And then we also have Suni components using this platform today. So this is not available until now publicly. This will be released in October 2023. So if you have anyone interested, please connect with us. So be part of this movement to digitalize our industry and make India a manufacturing hub, because this is not going to happen just with us, a couple of maybe 30, 40 people who are working behind this project. It's not going to happen. It's the community who are sitting here. I urge everyone, attempt. Let's be open. Let's get into the next level. Okay? So Make in India is promoted by the government. And as a community, let's promote Make on India. Use the platform, Make on. Thank you.